Hey everybody. I'm kind of making myself hop on right now. Actually not really feeling super great, but I didn't want to say I was coming on and then not come on. And I didn't want to, and I do want to get my, kind of the next couple days, the next week or so, I really want to kind of get further in my bullet journal. Because there's a lot of stuff I really haven't finished, and I really haven't worked on. So what I would like to do is I'm gonna do at least next week in my bullet journal, and then I'm hoping to come on tomorrow night because I'm hoping I'll feel better. But you know, but I figured that I would at least hop on now and, you know, hopefully at least finish this next week's spread, and that way, you know, I won't feel like I'm not doing anything and disappointing y'all. And then hopefully I can also get my other page of my Dutch doors on. Next week is my birthday, so I definitely want to do something birthday-ish. I have a few options. Let me pull aside I forgot to grab another large blocking stencil. But there's a couple options that I have for my birthday week. I did pull out the New Year's Day stencil kit, the I'm drawing a blank, the layout kit. And I thought I could use the balloons for boxes if I wanted, or even like the confetti. So I could do that. And then my other thought, or not my other thought, the other thing that I wanted to do, which is why I pulled out, I thought I pulled out, and it might actually be in this hunk of junk, a couple different things that I had thought about using for this week. Like the candles, and here's the candles. So I could use that. And I definitely think I want to use that because I haven't used it yet, and I think that would be a really fun background. And actually my thought was to do here's the balloon one that I pulled out in the birthday one as well. But my thought was, if I can find them, because again, I'm a little bit of a chaotic mess, and maybe that's what I'll do tonight after this. If I get off early, I'll try to clean all these, and maybe not be as much of a hot mess tomorrow if I come on. But my thoughts were that I could use the balloon boxes, the anti-stencils, to make my boxes, and then do the candles in the background. So that's kind of my thought that I'm thinking right now. And I pulled out 2 sets of them so I would have enough balloons. I have 2 sets of the New Year's Day one. One I have all the stencils like put away, and then one I just have the kit together. So what I'm thinking is that I could do the candles in the background and then use the balloon boxes to, oh no, I'm gonna try it again. As my boxes for the week. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I think that'll be fun. And then I think after the fact, I'll use the other stencil to color in the balloons a certain color. But now I just gotta pick my colors. I'm not really sure what colors I want to use though. I think I want to do like I love me some like bright colors. Or I could do like a coral. Maybe the abandoned coral or the kitsch flamingo. Those are pretty. Or saltwater taffy. Kitsch flamingo's a little pinker. And like some teal. Or the mermaid lagoon maybe. Broken china. Ooh, that might be pretty. Like the And then use like a yellow for, you know, the candle flames, obviously. Hey, if you're joining, please feel free to say hey. Let me know you're here. So I'll do that, and then I'll do maybe like a lighter. Like that would be kind of a pretty birthday palette. I think that's what we'll do. Okay. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm using the balloon and 2 stencils from the New Year's Day kit. And I have 2 sets of them. I'm going to do this just to make my life easier, but obviously if you have 1 set, you can totally just put the 2 boxes down and then flip them over. But I'm just going to put some on here and kind of figure out how I want, you know, to be placed and whatnot. Excuse me. It's been a really long week and I'm super glad it's almost over. And I say that knowing full well tomorrow will probably feel like 10 years long. So, I remember their kids are on spring break this week and I'm so jealous. My boss said something about getting out early. Okay, it looks like I'm reconnected. Hopefully I just show it go off my iPad now. All right. So hopefully we're back. Hi, Dina. I'm gonna pull this sheet out though for sure. Oh no. All right, looks like we're still here. If you guys are seeing it breaking up, I don't know why it keeps showing me that I'm disconnecting, but my Wi-Fi seems to be okay, so I don't know if it's just like a Facebook thing, but I'm still seeing me on my iPad, so I think we're still good. Well, thank you for coming. I am doing next week, so next week's my birthday, so I'm doing a, okay, good. I thought so, because I usually, now I'm like second guessing myself, is next week my birthday? It is. I went through a whole year one year thinking I was like the age of my next birthday. It was like a month, thank you. It was like a month before I like, I think it was when I was turning 34, I thought I was 34 like the entire year I turned 33. And then one of the girls that I went to school with who I knew her birthday was like, and she was my age, like I knew she wasn't like younger or older or whatever. She was like, yay for turning 34. And I was like, what do you mean turning 34? And then I did the math and I was like, oh my God, I've spent the last year thinking that my birthday, that I'm like turning, that I'm like a year older than I am. It was so funny. Like, it was weird. It was so weird. I couldn't believe, like, I mean, and it was like not even like, oh, I just didn't get used to it. It was like a good, like 7-8 months where I thought I was turning a year old. I thought I was a year older than I was. It was so bad. And I really, like, I didn't even think of it. And then all of a sudden I just saw this one girl post about it and I was like, she's older than that. She's my age. And I like went back and counted and I was like, oh my gosh, I have thought I'm a year older than I am. So that was pretty, comical on my part. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're gonna kind of do a, yeah, it's like when the spring forward or fall back, when the clock changes and you get like the extra hour and you're like, oh, I wasted it. Oh, but I get an extra hour today. It's kind of how I felt. Like I was like, I get to redo this year. Like Groundhog Day-esque. All right, I'm gonna make sure I have smaller brushes, I think. So I think I'm going to try to just alternate the colors. So this is probably like a little more time consuming than it. Oh, shoot. There's like a little bit of red on here. I don't even know when I used this before. So I need to kind of, and it's already taped down and I don't want to. It'll be okay. So I'm just going to alternate, and then when I move to like another row, I'll flip it so it, I probably should have used a third color, but it's okay. I guess the other thing you could do is do like all of one color in a row, and then the next row do a different color. That would be kind of cool too. And then after I do this, I think I'm going to do the technique I kind of have done in the past where I like outline some of them. And then where we kind of stand by on these other ones, we'll finish them in the next, when I move the stencil for the first time. So this is another way that if you got the New Year's Day kit, this is another way you can use some of the stencils, obviously, for any kind of celebration, obviously, but for birthday works great. You can use those balloons and the confetti and, you know, champagne bottle, unless you're turning old like me. Or if you've discovered you're a year younger than you thought you were. Hope I'm still here because I apparently forgot to put my phone on D&D. Thanks. I probably won't be on super long. I'm not feeling super great, so I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna do this and pop off. But thank you for coming. It's good to see you like always. And the other thing that would be kind of cool to do too is put like a nice background color on here. You could even do like a solid background and then maybe like a, thank you. Maybe like a darker color of that. Like if I did like a real pale yellow and then did a little bit darker yellow and did the confetti and then did the, these over it would be really cool too. It would take away some of the white space if you're not a fan of a lot of white in your planner. I think I screwed up here. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, good. And then once you finish the candles on this layer, or on this kind of piece, you're definitely going to do the flames. And these will be a little bit easier since, you know, I've already got a nice row going. And because of the colors I chose, I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit more muted than like a bright yellow. So this is the, I believe this is scattered straw. I'd have to look again. So I'm using saltwater taffy and salvage patina, or the taffy is the like corally pinky, and then salvage patina is the tealy bluey, and then this is scattered straw for the yellow. All right, so we're gonna pull that up and you can kind of see how it's going. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is just pull my washi tape off, and then I am gonna make sure I so actually the first thing I'm gonna do is re here. I think the, oh, okay, we are here, good. So I'm gonna put my washi tape down and then kind of look through the top and just try to get as much of it on there as I can. But you do want some overlap so that when you're stenciling that there won't be like a line in your candles either. So now that I already have the yellow out, I can just go go through and do the yellow really quick, because that comes together super fast. And okay, I do also want to make sure I'm on the right side of this. Not that there's a right side of the stencil, but that I've already been using, so that my pattern stays the same and I don't have to worry about cleaning it too much. And actually I do have to worry about cleaning it because I don't know if I messed. Oh, okay. No, I just had the wrong. I, for some reason, thought that was pink up here, and it's definitely teal. I mean, I see that here, but I thought for some reason that up there was teal. I was looking at the wrong one. I'm like, this is not right. So again, I'm just gonna really quickly, this layout actually comes together pretty quickly. You know, for as much individual inking as you're doing, it is a pretty fast, there's nothing super detailed, nothing super intricate. If you can put some ink on your brushes pretty quickly, you've got a, you know, a pretty quick one page here, and then we'll do the other page. And then I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna definitely outline those balloons before I move them. And then what I'll do is I will use the stencil part of that stencil set to kind of go around the balloons and put some color in the balloons. And now I'm thinking about, like, I don't even know what color I want to use. Maybe like a, like a gray. Oh, I don't want to move that. That was almost not a great idea. All right, so we're gonna go back to our Salvage Patina and finish this other set of candles. Like I said, this one comes together super quick, and that's, like I've said in the past, like one of the things I really like about stenciling is that you can do something unique and creative, but you can also do something fast and still be able to, like, be excited, do something different, add your stickers in, but still have your, like, uniqueness. You know, I want to be special for my birthday. All right. So there is that one. And I'm going to be kind of careful pulling this up because I don't want to pull up, excuse me, our balloons. So just be careful you're not pulling it up. And you can kind of see how, because we did that overlap, there's a little tiny line. Like if you look close, there's a line, but let's pull the paper out and kind of see how that page is coming together. I already like it a lot. Okay. So then the next thing, when I go on here, I am going to want to kind of make sure, not necessarily that I like line the stencil up, except I'm going to want to give it a quick little cleaning because it started teal and teal. So on this side, we're going to want to start the coral or pink, whatever you're going to call it, salmon, I guess, would be probably a good color to describe it. So I'm just going to give it a quick wipe off. I use baby wipes for this, or you could use like a wet paper towel or a wet washcloth. If you're not, you know, tied to a live video, you could go and give it a quick little rinse underwater. That's actually the very best way to do it. But again, it's kind of hard to do when I'm here doing this. But that's always the quickest and easiest way. And then if you're using oxides, at least it'll get it super clean, super fast, and you can give it a quick little rub, dry, and you're done. Super clean, super fast. Okay, so again, I kind of want to line up to the best of my abilities, so I'm going to kind of like see, it looks like the bottom of my candles were on this bottom one right here, so I'm going to kind of do that. If it's a little off, it's a little off. It's not like a huge deal, but, you know. If you're anything like me, you like when your things look neat and uniform. So there we go. We're going to put that down, put our washi down on this side. Again, because of the way that the stencil is and your page layout is, I chose to like leave a little bit of overlap in that stencil to give it where the candles fell a little better. All right. So let's get back. Anyway, So again, really quick, really easy. We're going to do the same thing with the candles. And then as I'm doing this, I'm kind of thinking through like I definitely want to put some color in my balloons. So I'll use that stencil. But I'm like looking over my color palette. I'm not really sure what color I want to use. So I'm kind of looking at that. Like I don't think an orange would be great. I feel like if it's the wrong purple, it's going to look really weird. I don't know. I kind of just really like this color palette. I don't know if I want to do a different color. And that's okay if I don't. Maybe like a light gray would be pretty. Problem is I do have the smoky shadow one that might work actually really well. I think that's what I'm going to try. So, and then the other thing I'm kind of like thinking is like, do I want to like maybe add some designs to some of these candles, like some stripes, or I did say that I want to go back and use the stencil to kind of do that like offset outline that I've done. And I don't think I'll do every candle, but I'll do like, you know, every couple and kind of give it a little bit more character for those specific ones. All right, so we're going to set that color aside again. And then pull up our salvage patina. It would be nice if I could find my brush that I've been using for it. Okay, so we're going to do that really quick and just fill in that same pattern of candles. And then, like I said, you can kind of like, with this, think about how you want to personalize it again. Do you want to add some design to the candles? Did you want to do more of a design in the background? You can obviously, you know, choose your own colors, which is the other good thing about that. And you can kind of like, if you have a sticker kit that you want to use and mix in, you can take your like vibe from those and like kind of match or accent the sticker kit and all thing like that. Hi, Erica. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this pattern on this side again, and then just go back and do the flames for this row or this set. And again, the nice thing about this is that it's all the same color. And like, even if you get like a little bit of a wispy on these specifically, like it just looks like a flame that's kind of not going out, but you know, kind of blowing or whatever. And you can add as little or as much color as you want. And then one of the reasons I'm going to outline the balloon box is because like if I peel this back, you'll kind of see how like the candle just kind of disappears and it looks really weird. So giving the outline to those balloons will really help that for sure too. Okay, so let's peel that up. And again, I'm going to be very careful with these balloons because I don't really want to move the boxes. Just because that's like our outline for our, where we're going to be holding them or placing them. Peel our washi back one more time. And again, I'm going to put the washi across the top as I'm trying to line it up because then I can kind of see as far as, you know, we do want just a tiny bit of overlap so that you won't see a line. Just to make sure it's straight and, you know, mostly even. If it's a little out of it, it's a little out. And you're going to make sure your candles are straight too. So definitely make sure those are lined up because I'm looking here and it looks like they're maybe a tiny bit wonky. I'd have a row of wonky candles. So what I kind of like to do is line it up like a little higher and make sure it's all lined up and then just slowly move it down until just below, just above where it overlaps. All right, so again, because I have my yellow wallet already, I'm just gonna go and knock that out really, really quickly. And kind of see, I can kind of see like if I like that yellow, which I do. So there's that one. And now we'll take our taffy. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I thought I was gonna do all like springy, like cute stuff for all of April. And I'm like, well, next week, the week after this, I mean, obviously my birthday, and then the week after this is the eclipse, which I don't really have. I'm trying to think what I have that'll be like very eclipsy, like maybe just some starry stuff. I don't know. Or maybe I'll design something really quick this weekend, find something moony, or eclipsy, I guess. And then the week after that is Tortured Poets. So that's definitely gonna be a Taylor week. So I feel like I'm only gonna do like 1 week of spring. Because I think I'm gonna do Mermaid again, because obviously. But then again, like, I do really like a lot of my flower stencils I love. So I wanna like do that. So we're gonna have to give it a serious consideration. It may have to be Mermaid in my reading journal. And not my, well, I could do the theme Mermaid and then just do the weeklies not themed, which I've been tending to kind of mostly stick with my theme, so that'll be a little deviation, but that's okay. That's the good thing about a bullet journal, is you can do what you want. There's no laws, there's no rules. I definitely think like a good strong black outline on some of these candles and on the balloon is going to look really good. All right. So that was really quick, really easy. Birthday, see, I did kind of mess up on the candles a tiny little bit, but I can kind of fix it by just kind of making them a little slightly wider. It's really noticeable in a couple of them, so we'll just do a little bit of fixing. Yeah, and then we could, you know, use those are the ones that I could, you know, use the black outline on and all that. So, okay, there's that. And then the next step, let me grab a black pen. My handy dandy Sharpies are my favorite. The Sharpie felt tip pen, not the marker. My phone's falling just slightly. I want to adjust it. Okay, so then the next thing I'm gonna do is just, I am gonna like make sure to hold, because I don't know how well I washi down my, this is not a good pen. I may have to grab a different one. This one's kind of dying. Don't you hate when you have a bag full of pens and you can't find the one that you want? That's where I'm at right now. I have a literal bag full of pens. Alright. Hang on 1 second, I just need to find, you know, I have them up here. Oh, but I can use it if I need to. This always happens. Maybe something. Okay, I see one. Hopefully it's a good one. Otherwise, we're gonna have to make do with something else or try to use the ones that are on their way out. All right. I do kind of want like a nice bold line though, so I'm hoping to, oh yeah, this is a good one, I think. So again, I'm just gonna trace over this. It doesn't have to be like 100% perfect, because I do want like the balloons to have kind of a, or in this whole thing to kind of have a little bit of a sketchy, not taking it too seriously type vibe. So if I kind of lose the outline a little bit, it is what it is. I'm not gonna make it as big of a deal. I have the washi tape was sticking out right there. Hi, Alex. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on. I said I didn't, like, I said I was coming on live earlier, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta do it. And I haven't been feeling that great. I haven't even eaten dinner or anything, thought about dinner until just now, honestly. And then I was like, okay, well, I have to go live. Just go live for like 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes. Just do one spread. So I'm kind of towards the end of that. And then I'll reevaluate if I want to keep going or not once I finish this and see if I hate this or not. I mean, I still haven't even finished your birthday gift from October, so August. So I think you're okay. All right, now I'm gonna pull my balloons up, and again, like, I like the color. I like that they're white, but I think they would just pop a little bit more with a little bit of color. So I'm gonna grab that stencil. No, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Like, I'm just one of those days. We talked about this earlier. I'm having one of those days where I'm just like, I'll probably end up eating like cheese and tortilla chips and call it nachos. One of those days. I just don't know if I'm gonna like have the creative energy. Girl dinner. Yeah, but like the very base, like I'm barely hanging on girl dinner. Alright, let me grab, I'm gonna use one of the newer Tim Holtz colors, and I'm hoping this Lost Shadow is like a good light touch. Let's see. So because I kind of, you know, I didn't line this up with the stencil as I was putting it down, I'm gonna kind of have to play around a little bit to see where the balloons line up, because they are cut a little bit slightly different, all of them. So, and I'm just gonna use this gray and not go like super heavily. I usually, when I do the balloons, I like to go a little more heavily on the outside and then leave like almost just like a very touch in the middle to give it kind of the illusion of like the light hitting the balloon, if you know what I mean. And this is super light, so like I'm not even really worried about it at all. Okay, I kind of like that color, but I'm also thinking like it might look good with like, you know, a couple gray and a couple of a different color. But what color do I want to use? I need to pick a color that I think will look, maybe like the milled lavender would be pretty. Yeah, that'll go, I think. Let me test it. Yeah, a light little smattering of this will be good. It'll give me a little more color than the gray too. So I'm just going to alternate the two of them, basically. And again, I'm going to go a little, oops, I just used the gray. I'm going to go a little darker around the outside. And then I like to kind of leave the inside to be a little, just like a touch of it. So it looks like that's kind of where the light's hitting it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to do like gray, purple, purple, gray. The one way you can kind of do this is just like make like a circle, and then just very, especially like on a balloon, obviously, just like very lightly, like press a little less kind of thing as you get to the center. Yeah, it does definitely make it look like, I think if I was going to leave the balloons white, it would have been better to like do like a background, which I was also thinking would have been really cool too, to do like, to do like a, whatever color I was going to do my background, but do it like a very light color, and then do like a little bit darker shade of that same color and do like the confetti or something to kind of give it like even more dimension. But I thought of that after I took the candles down, so. Yeah, sometimes I think it just needs like a little bit of depth too, and just putting that color in your box and gives it the depth for sure. All right, we're gonna finish up. Uh-oh. I'm still here, I think. It says slow connection. Let's see. It's so funny how far behind my iPad is, but I think I'm still here, so I'm gonna keep going because I am also at the very end anyway, so. I would love if this next week I kind of got most of my April done, and then I could work on, the other thing I want to do is actually use the New Year's Day kit tomorrow. I think I'm going to do it if I don't stay on tonight, which I'm kind of in the middle of deciding if I want to or not stay on tonight and do it. But I haven't done my birthday trackers, which is always something I refer to all the time, my birthday and anniversary tracker. And I haven't done it. I just kept forgetting to do I didn't keep forgetting to do it. Like, I always want to video this stuff, or either do it on a live video where I can pull the video later, or like actually video it. And I just like always, I'm just like, not yet. Because I keep saying my intention is to start my YouTube channel, and that's like my biggest goal for April, I think, or one of the biggest ones. I've got some other stuff coming up that is my other goals, but is to really get the YouTube stuff started. So hopefully I will do that in the next week or two. Yeah, I agree. I definitely am glad I added color. I don't know if the purple doing it again would be my first choice, but it definitely adds to the color for sure. So I'm glad I did it. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do, other than, put the dates and stuff in, is I'm going to go back to my original stencil. I'm going to give it a quick wipe off, though, just so it doesn't leach some colors in or anything. Is I'm going to take my stencil, and this is kind of a technique I've done in some other things in the past, and I can flip through really quick in I don't know if I have any this year that I've done it in, but I definitely did it last year a lot, where I'll kind of like go back and offset the stencil and like purposely off-center it kind of thing. Let me see if I have done it this year. Which I don't think I have, because a lot of my stuff I've been like kind of catching up from. Kind of like that, where I outline it in like some of them in black and just off-center it. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to kind of start with these ones down here, like a couple of these ones down here that are like the most egregiously like off place. And then I could also, if I want, like go, and especially on these ones that I'm going to outline, I could like, make little dots or stripes or whatever. Just kind of make them look like fun birthday candles. And then I'm going to kind of want to make sure I like spread them out a little bit. And then I'll just kind of like, some of them I'll do like very far off, and some of them I'll do like, a little tilted. I could just do stripes on some of them. And this kind of just gives it, again, like a little tiny bit more depth. I think it's definitely a good way to kind of, I always say, like, if you don't like it, if you don't like your spread, there's usually something you can do to kind of save it. Like last week when I really didn't like the bunnies one, just changing the color up made like a world of difference. And so there's usually something you can do to kind of, you know, I don't want to say save it, but make it more to your liking. And that's just a matter of like trying things out. I started doing this because the one year I actually, like, my flight to Florida, actually it was last year, this time last year, my flight to Florida got delayed and I was so mad, and like it was like almost an entire day it was delayed, and I like hadn't gone to the airport yet, thankfully, but I was just like sitting at home like, well, I guess I could plan. And I was like in my living room waiting, expecting to go to the airport at any minute. And I like didn't like it. I didn't like what I did. And then I pulled it out in Florida and I was like, no, I need to change this. I just don't like it. And I started doing this on the palm leaves. They were like monstera leaves kind of thing. And I just thought it like totally pulled it together. The black really helps, I find. Especially if you're using like a lot of light colors, not like a lot of bold colors. The black really, adding a little bit of like a black outline, even if it's not to everything, just to like a few things, even if it's just your boxes, usually like will kind of bring it together a little more, I think. And again, like you don't even have to do these little like doodles, excess doodles in them, but I think it makes it gives it some of that depth and all that. Hi, Katie. Like you could definitely also make a, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I think that gives it like a little bit of a extra something, a little something something. My cap just fell off. Like dramatically was like, yeah, please don't ever say that again. And you can totally add these or not add them. It's up to you. It's kind of, this is where I get to the point where I'm like, it's cute, but, and then I just try something. And like, I definitely encourage that. Like, that's a good mindset, I think. Especially if you're like one of those people like me that's always like, it's gotta look perfect. Honestly, sometimes when it doesn't, it looks better. It looks lived in, it looks useful, and you're not scared to write all your stuff in it and cross things out or whatever. So that would be that. I did also have, if I can find them, I might actually use that because, let's do that. It's probably a little too big, so I won't do that. I think Monday is the, well, yeah, because Tuesday's my birthday, so Monday is the 1st for sure. All right. Easter being in March, it really is making my brain shorter too. It's crazy for me. Crazy to me. And it's funny because, like, I know it happens sometimes, but it just, I don't know. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I can finally attach this, and this page is done now. I actually really like how it ended up. When I first put it down, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like these colors. I don't know if I like, are the candles going to look weird? Like, this is my birthday week. It's got to be perfect. Like I said, though, sometimes, like, I just feel like if you're feeling like you don't like it, you just got to keep going. You got to commit hardcore all the way in. It's really, like, I can't believe not only, like, Easter is Sunday, and it's, like, almost April. Like, that's so crazy to me. All right. So then this is, again, this is the Lauren Phelps shape tape. I've been looking at makeup today. Like the Tarte shape tape. It said shape tape. Tip-in tape is what it's called. Shape tape. Oh my god. Alex is probably laughing at me right now, aren't you? I just know it. Okay. The only thing that is a little bit tricky with this is, oh, that's what I think I'll do. I'll line it up first, and then Tarte plug, right? Exactly. Shape tape. Maybe I'll be an influencer and they'll take me to Bora Bora next year. I don't think I ever sent you that. Tarte did like an influencer trip with like all these like super famous people. Not super famous people, but like, you know, the big super millions of follower people. They took them to Bora Bora. Like, oh, like private jet Bora Bora. Like, dang, why aren't we like that? Let's get to that level. I'm gonna have to start wearing makeup more often than like 3 times a year. Alright. And the only other thing is I don't really like when it's like just so slightly crooked. My only complaint about this is that I suck at putting it on, and that's a me problem, not shape tape problem. Tip-in tape. I'm struggling with words. Alright, so the next thing I will do is pull off that second piece. It's already pre-perforated into 2 pieces, which is super nice. And find my beige and line it up. Again, this is really nice because it allows me to, whereas before I was using the glue method, which, like, it works, and it's great if you don't have tip and tape, but if you have tip and tape, like, this is amazing. It definitely gives me more room on my layouts. I can show you. So this is like a shameless Lauren Phelps Designs plug. If you do a lot of Dutch doors and stuff like that, this is really great stuff to have. Okay. So then that was the April calendar I did on the live the other night. This is really annoying. Sorry. Notice as it's been going on, it's been like going further and further to the side. Okay, so this is the calendar that I did the other night. And I was actually able to put the tip in. So the only downside is, I mean, I could have done the inside, but I'd never done the inside, so I didn't know how it would hold up. Because of this here, like I wouldn't be able to ink over that, so either it would be a border or I had to have this one down first. That's why I just didn't put this page down, knowing that I'd be doing it in the next couple days. So you're definitely gonna want to make sure that this page, or you know, on the other side, mine's is usually done because it's the week before, but that you have what you want down before you put the tape, or you're gonna have to like pull the tape up. And I don't know how good it re-stickies after it's been sitting for a while. But the nice thing is now that I can fully open up and like right all the way to the edge of this. Whereas before, like when I glued it, I would lose, let me find that old planner and be able to show you. like when I was gluing it, I would lose like a good portion, you know, like a good ½ an inch here, plus a ½ an inch here, plus a ½ an inch here. Like, I mean, that's, you know, a lot of real estate that you're losing. And even more importantly, when I was trying to like write on this, like I would have to kind of like bend the pages and like very awkwardly like this, or like put a book under it to support it. And the nice thing is about this is that I could really just fold it back on itself, write it, and fold it right back. So definitely a plug for that, because it's very useful if you're doing Dutch doors and adding pages in like this. I find it very helpful. I'm gonna add a little balloon on my, maybe a little too big. Yeah, I'll just use a sticker. So yeah, so that's, you know, that. I know this is kind of a fast live, but I think I'm gonna go, because I'm just like not feeling creative inspiration today. But I gave myself, you know, I knew I wanted to get this done. I had a vision in my mind, which definitely helped. Actually, you know what? Let's just knock at least one of my things out of the park, because I don't think that's going to take super long either. And then when I'm just being lazy in a little bit, I can feel like I have something to like write, right? So this won't take long. Getting another thing done will make me feel better too. So I am going to reuse that set of the 2 sets of the balloons that I was using earlier. Again, this is 2 sets of the the New Year's Day kit, the anti-stencils, the balloon anti-stencils. And what I'm going to do on here is I'm going to actually just use 6 of them and make sure that I can fit them on nicely. For like the past like 3 or 4 years, I've done the same birthday tracker, which I really love, and like I'm kind of sad that I'm not doing it again this year, but I thought it was time for a little bit of a change. Plus, hi Lisa. Plus, this is just another way that you could use that New Year's Day kit that, you know, we talked about it being super versatile. Middle daughter's trying to do an Easter craft this afternoon. Yeah. I have like no inspiration, but like I know I want to do this. I know this, like what, you know, and I got at least something done, so I don't feel like terrible, but getting another thing done will be great too. And maybe if I finally stop being dumb about YouTube and get it up, I'll be able to add these into the video on how to use, you know, different parts of your kit, because I still have not edited that. So what I'm doing now is I'm using the balloon anti-stencils, and I'm just going to use 6 of them, and I have 8. And I'm making my yearly tracker, so like each balloon will be a month that I put birthdays and anniversaries in. I was gonna I had this idea for purple in my head, and then like silver balloons, which I think would be really pretty. And the idea I had in my head was to do like, yeah, so like each balloon I'll show you what I had before. Ooh. I mean, like I said, I've done this one every year, and I really love it because I love the like clouds and all that, but it's time for a little bit of a change. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. So kind of the same concept where the balloons are the month or whatever. But it needs to be different. We're gonna do something different this year. I'm gonna leave mine up for a year at least. Okay, so my thoughts were, and maybe you guys can help me kind of, let me see if I can find the stencil that I want to use too first though. My thoughts were to do kind of what I was saying about with the candles, to do a light or like a medium background and then a darker accent. My thought was to do like the sunburst But it also would make sense to do like the confetti from the other kit. So I don't know. And I also want to make sure I have like a nice color. Actually, I can use either of these two. The only problem with this is that the sunburst will be... I don't think I'm going to like that, actually. I think I'm going to do the confetti. So then the next thing I want to do is, like, the color choice is really important. So I do want to kind of, like, test it. In my head, it's like a dark purple, or like a medium purple, and then a darker purple. So we're going to try these two. The problem is there's not a lot of variation in his purples. And that's one thing that I really hope that he's really not done with these colors, because I need like at least one more. Okay, so we're going to start with the wilted violet. Let me put these other colors away though. So actually no, so I can have them when I take a picture. So I'm going to do kind of like a test here and see how I like, you know, the color and the pattern too over it. Give it like a good area. This paper is slightly different, so I'm not super worried about like the splotchiness. Just want to give myself a good area to work on. And then, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's like a second option too. So I'm going to try them both and see what we think. Because the next option would be to then take, you know, my stencil. And let me write these down so I know. Villainous. And then this is Dusty Cardboard. Grab 2 brushes. I actually think this is the color that I like want to do is in my head for the background, but I have another idea. Okay, so that's not what I'm thinking. Like that look is not what I want. My other thought now that I'm like running with this, I think this is going to be probably closer to what I'm thinking. I don't want it to be like that much contrast. That's closer. And then my other thought is, I don't know if this is something I've even said before. The thing with the oxides is that they're water reactive. So what I could do, and I have to be very careful about like not doing too much and like pulling away. Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna be crisp enough. Kind of like pat it. That's not it either. I'm glad I'm testing this out though, because I would have been really mad if I... Okay, the other thought is to take a pink, or even like this Victorian velvet, and let's try this, because this will be different. Oh no, that's gonna be too pink, I think. I'm really glad I tested this out because I would be very upset right now. All right, let's try the Villainous Potion, because I feel like in my head that was more of the color I was going for. So let's change up the color. This might be too dark though. Maybe purple is the problem. Maybe I'm just not a purple, and I'm really not a purple girl, so that might be the problem. Then I'm like expecting it to be purple, a color I like, that I just don't like purple all that much. This might be the color if I go with purple though. And this is Dusty Concord. So what I could try is kind of doing the same thing. Doing like a wilted violet over it, trying and this is kind of what I'm talking about when I say, like, you know, you guys, like stencils are reusable. Try them out. Because, yeah. Especially if you're worried about, like, color difference. Yeah, I'm not a, you know, I think you're right. Like, oxides just don't have a good range of purple, a good variety. Like, I think he knocks pinks out of the park, and once he added the, yeah, see, I'm just not, my only other thought would be to do, and this would be kind of, I don't want to say annoying to do, but if I try using the white. Which I think is actually more of the look that I'm going for. But I still don't love that look. Okay. Well, let's go back to the drawing board a little bit on this. I think we're just going to be out on purple. We're not going to do purple. Change of colors. A blue might be pretty. I really did try to do purple here though. Like let's acknowledge this at least. I tried. Okay. Now we're in kind of the same boat. Like what color am I doing? See, I didn't want to think. This is the problem. And the thing is, I want the balloons to be like a lighter color, so something that goes with a gray. What about like a navy? Or not navy, but, you know, yeah, this is a really pretty color that I've really never used, this Enchanted Mariner. Let's give that a try. I do kind of pull out a new brush for that one. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last live. There are going to be some of these brushes up for sale when I get them into the shop. It's a really pretty blue. I do too. I really haven't used it, which is funny because like I'm looking at this and I'm like, dang. I love this color. All right. I'm going to give it some, you know. And I actually wonder if the move isn't necessarily to do two different colors, if it's more just to like get like a light spread and then maybe just go over it with the same color and make it darker. Because actually that probably would work for purple too, though. That's the move. That's the move. So do I do that? And then I think the silver will look really, or the gray will look really good with it too. Like it'll be a good 1-2. So let's do that. Let's do the blue. Nope, wrong color. I do really want a big one though, so we'll see if I uncleaned. This already has a blue on it, but so I'm gonna try to be like good and solid. Like I want it to be, you know, not splotchy. And because I only have 6 of these right now, I'm gonna only do this page. You know, there'll be a little bit of an overspray on, or an over ink, I guess, on that side. I don't have these like super well washing. Yeah, that should have been the purple move too, honestly. But we're changing. We're changing courses. In the immortal words of Ed Sheeran, life is changing tides. I think that should have been my move from the beginning, actually. It was just in my head that it was 2 different colors, and I like didn't listen to myself that like this is not working. Especially in the purples, because his purples are so vastly varying. And it's funny because like we talk about it all the time, like, oh, just build colored, like just put a little bit on and build it, right? Like that's what I should have thought about before I like went through the whole like testing 60 colors. Hi Cynthia, I'm glad you could make it. We are playing around a little, not playing around. I'm working in my bullet journal, but I'm working on finally a birthday tracker spread for my family. My family. I am gonna make sure to kind of hold these down because I don't have them washing super well. And once I get like a base color somewhere, I don't really want it to move. You can tell some of them moved a little bit, but we'll fix it up on the end. So again, I'm like trying to make it good and covered, but not go too dark because I am going to layer that last stencil over. Hi, Stephanie. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. And actually the cool thing is that I should have done is done like the cloud background on this because that would have been kind of fun. Like, oh, like they're floating in the sky. I mean, that would have been the same. That would have been basically the same layout as the last one, except without the house though, so we're changing it up. It's just still blue. How's everybody doing tonight? I was not feeling super great. I am feeling a little bit better. It's kind of hard being home alone while everybody's on vacation. Like your whole family's on vacation, especially for like a holiday. So I was kind of in my feelings today. So I think that was more than anything why I didn't want to come. Because that's what originally I was like, well, that's why I should go live, like for sure. But then I was like, oh, I just want to sit here and rot on the couch all night. So I made myself get up here and at least get my birthday spread done. And we're going to get this done. So at least I'll have gotten 2 spreads done, which is a huge, you know, way better than nothing. And yeah. All right. So I am going to take my confetti. And again, I'm using this so I can, you know, show you more layers of things that you can be doing with. If you did get or still want to get the New Year's spread, it's not just for New Year's. You can use it for your birthday. You can use it for something like this. You can use it for kids' parties. you know, graduation, you can use the confettis and the balloons for. And I am going to go kind of hard and kind of dark on this because I want there to be a good contrast. And because it's the same color, like there's like the danger of it not being. But you can also go like variably, like some of the areas like a little darker. And you can definitely use the same concept of like using the same color and just varying the amount of pressure and the amount of ink you do to give you like some accents. Like I said, that would be a really cool thing to do on that birthday spread as well. Okay, let's kind of pull this back. And then there's there, but I think that's because there's really not a lot of stuff in that area. So I'm going to kind of move it. Can you see on here? I'm going to use a smaller brush though, so I don't like over saturate an area. And you can actually see how, like, because the pressure I have on the brush is different, like it made it kind of a different look, which I think I'm gonna go back and kind of align us back and, you know, throw some more in here in random spots. All right. And again, this looks like a mess right now, but we will spruce it up. And you can totally kind of change this and move it around to get like some of your favorite pieces in more often. Like I love these long squirrely ones. Squirrely. I don't know where they came from. Okay, so then it's starting to be done on this page. I do want to outline these boxes. But I think because I want to do them in silver, I think what I'm going to do is just pull them up right now. And then we'll use them for the other page. We'll kind of, I don't want to do like the exact same layout, so we're going to kind of do it like... Because I think what I want to try to do is look and see if I have like a silver marker I can use to outline. Just to give it a little, again, like a little difference. Or even like I have this copper, that would be kind of pretty. This up because then we can have a little more room. And I just want to make sure I have room for 12 balloons. And actually I don't have birthdays in every month of the year, so I really don't necessarily have to have all 12, but I like to have it there in case, like, you know, somebody important gets married or, you know, I meet a new friend that I want to put their birthday down. Okay, so again, we're just going to do like a light little smattering of, like a smattering of applause. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna make sure the blue gets on here in a good, you know, solid color. I don't want to go too dark because then, you know, it just means you have to make your confetti darker to make it stand out. So I do still kind of want to make sure it's, I'm gonna actually use this to hold my balloons down. I am feeling some sort of way about this right now, and it's not a good way. But again, we just gotta kind of go with it, and we'll see how it turns out, because I do feel this way about a lot of things. And then they turn out great. So we're gonna hope for the best here. I'm thinking, is there like a Taylor Swift like birthday or I need like a good quote for here. It's supposed to be fun turning 21. Nobody I know is turning 21. Yeah, the silver will definitely balance it out. Maybe a good Taylor Swift quote to put on here. Something about birthdays or parties. Alex, help. Something about birthdays or parties from Taylor. Because the only thing I'm thinking of is extremely chaotic and really funny. Okay. And I'm going to actually use the brush for the second part of this because I feel like it gave it a good, more of a contrast and more control. Party. Okay, so let's bring this back. And I can be kind of more picky about exactly where I place things too, so. I hate when things creak and you're in a house alone. You know, it's an old house, like that's not unexpected, but I don't like it. I really don't like it. Okay, it's looking decent, and like Katie said, the gray should kind of balance it out a little bit. Okay, let's pull balloons back. I think part of it is that, like, you see the balloons and, like, you're like, okay, that's very white. And, like, the confetti kind of gets lost. This is not the color I want. Alright. Now I grab the balloons. Again, I'm going to do what I did on the other one. And just kind of line it up to the best of my ability. I'm not, like, too concerned about it being Blue birthday era. I know there's a good quote there. Like, I know there's something that's, like, obvious, and I'm just not thinking of. So I'm going to give it a minute. I feel like I'm going to use, like, in my whatever era so often this year that I'm kind of, like, don't want to use too much. Oh, yeah. The gray balloons look good. I don't even know if you can tell on the screen that I'm doing it, to be honest, but that's kind of the other reason I like to leave the, like, white a little bit more in the center, so you can kind of tell that it's there. And I didn't really do it as much in that one. And just kind of build up the color on the outside too. Alright, one second. I'm gonna Google this because it's bothering me. I know there's a... Let's see. Taylor Swift is feeling lucky today. Got sunshine. No. See the lights. See the party the ball goes. Okay. Anything's changed? No, I don't think. No, yeah. Try to never grow up. And then just sparkling. She looks alive. Like it's a party and she's on the list. Standing in there in a party dress. Maybe. They're all standing around me singing happy birthday to you. That might have to be it. That would be perfect for other people's birthdays. Let's see if there's other things. That one's not bad. Taylor Swift birthday. Alright, let's see. Everything of favorites. Feeling lucky today. I'm taking a picture in my mind. There's a fire inside you. See the lights. When your birthday passed and I didn't call it, actually really funny. Today's never too late to be raining. The life of the party, you're showing off again because she's kind of like you can't put down. Time breaks a minute. Long live all the magic we made. Standing there in my party dress, the red lipstick. Not weeping in a party bathroom. Happy freaking bees and lonely. Spending like brand new dress. Name to dance. Whole place was dressed to the nines. Had too much to drink. Shake it off. Dancing on my own. What I'm doing. It was so nice throwing big parties, maybe. Here's a toast to my real friends. Maybe that's what it should be. But this is like my family too, though, so. I kind of like that, though. Here's a toast to my real friends. I'll be there for the toast of the town, babe. I think it might have to be here's a toast to my real friends. I think I like that the best. Actually, the funniest one would be to finish that line. And here's toast to you, because forgiveness is a nice thing to do. I can't even say it with a straight face. I don't think Alex is still here, but if she is, please laugh with me. Yeah, it's my birthday. That's a good one too. I think I'm gonna go with the here's a toast to my real friends. I think that would be a good birthday one. Because it's not just birthdays too, it's parties, or not, it's anniversaries too, so like a toast to my real friends seems like a good, or oh, I guess you could say sipping rosé with my chosen family. That's a good one too. I'm gonna actually, I just think this is like a little too light. The gray doesn't show up super well. I think that's what I'm gonna do, Katie. I could also do the sipping rosé with my chosen family, which is, I love that line, but since it's like my actual family, that like I feel like it doesn't work as good. Or as well, I guess. Okay, so now because I don't think this gray is showing up that well, I'm going to just take this black marker that or brush I've already done black with. So it's got just like a little touch of black, and just kind of go back around all this. Use to add just like a smudge darker gray that you can actually see, I think. It's gonna also pick up some of the gray from before. I'm gonna add a little more too. Just gonna give it more of like a shadowy, I think. Yeah, this side definitely looks better than this side, so we're gonna stick with doing that. Just gives it like a pop of accent. And then the last thing we'll do, before I obviously put like the month and everybody's birthday in there, is that I will outline them in black. Maybe silver. Let's see what I think the black will just give it that extra like definition that this needs. So we will do black actually. And then when I like write in the pen, that'll be kind of the like the way to tie it. Yeah, for sure. It definitely needed the black, I think. And again, I'm not doing this completely like right on. Like I'm okay with it being like a little off. And the one thing about that is like some of them you need to do like very intentionally so far off that like you can tell it's not supposed to be right on. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I find myself doing them so close that like you're like, is that just a really bad job? Like sometimes I'll go like really far off, but okay, cool. And then I think I do want to try this before I go all out and start, that's one of my takeaways from today is to let's see how the silver looks actually. Because it actually looks good, but I just feel like it's not, yeah, we're going to do silver. It'll tie it in better too. And then on the bottom, I will just put like friends and family birthday. Family and friends. I'm just gonna put family. All right. I'm hoping that this will be better, a little bit better lighting, that you'll be able to see it a little more. But that is, well, actually it's not it. I should put the months on here. I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of put them like, thank you. Feb. I have to look. I always spell it wrong. Feb, R-U-Airy. Which, like, I know how to spell, but when you're doing it in pen, I feel like it's always good to double check. Shout out to the April babies. I just lost train of thought. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I just couldn't think what the next month was. T E M P. I can't believe I did that. That's funny. Ooh. E-M-B-E-E-R. I feel like in December, because that's when my mom's birthday is, I should put "and here's to my mama." I think I will actually. Okay. Actually, I'm probably gonna do that in December on her birthday, because I'm gonna be gone on her birthday. I'm gonna be in Vancouver at Taylor Swift concert. She's gonna be gone on my birthday, so then the next thing I'll do is I will just basically copy this over. So yeah, that is it. That's another way to use your, and actually you could have used, you know, the letters too as well, but I didn't feel like it. It's just another way to use the New Year's kit, the layout kit that some of you guys got in the fall, and some of you guys have gotten since then, and it's, of course it's still in the store. I am currently working on a new layout kit. It's only like halfway designed. I'm hoping it'll be out when I do the spring release, because it is like floral. But yeah, so that is that. And I think what I'm gonna do this time is leave the fonts out, just so you know, it's not as expensive, and also like I know a lot of people don't use fonts, so that was like half the kit. So yeah, that is that. Thank you guys all for coming. I am gonna pop off here because I was definitely on long enough now. I feel like I felt like before I wasn't on long enough and felt bad about it. But so tonight we actually used mostly stencils from the New Year's Day layout kit, which was on this page, the balloon, both the anti-stencils and the stencil, layout stencil, as well as the confetti from there. And then for my birthday week, I took the small candles that I have stencil, and then also used the same balloon and blocker stencils or anti-stencils on there as well. So that's always super fun. I love kind of doing that, like, you know, dichotomy of like ways, more ways to use stuff. So that's definitely in the plan. I am working on like some basic stenciling videos, which I know like you guys really don't need. You've seen me do it 100 times. But I really don't have like basic stenciling videos, which is pretty funny because, you know, I do this all the time. So I think it would be helpful when people first start stenciling, and then they could have some more look instead of me, you know, having to go over it in every live that new people come into. Not that I won't, of course I will, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of babbling because I'm like tired and out of it, and yeah. So that's my birthday spread. I am planning on, if I can like get it through my head, what I want to do, especially for the eclipse tomorrow, not tomorrow, but you know, in 2 weeks, or, you know, for my previous pages that I really need to get down and get done. I think I'm going to try at least to go live tomorrow night, or Saturday morning, just depending on, if I get things that I want to get done and all that kind of stuff. I won't be live on Easter for sure. I've got a couple different places I need to go on Easter, but, yeah, that's kind of how this weekend's shaping up. I actually may be out of work early tomorrow, and if I am, I definitely will be able to get on, depending on how early, like, sometimes early is like 5 minutes. We are not in the path of totality. We're like 90-some%, but I would really like to see the totality. I think Toledo is, though, so my thought is, because I don't have any more vacation days, is that I'm just going to leave work hopefully at like noon that day, because I think Toledo gets it around like 2:33. So I'm hoping to leave work around noon and get as far, because I think it's actually like, even like there's like a tiny little sliver of the state of Michigan that gets it too. So I'm hoping that I'm just going to drive as far south as I can and, you know, get to hopefully at least Toledo. Maybe I'll get to Toledo and go to Canes if I can, and see it and then just drive back. So I wish it was a weekend, because I totally would have been like, I'm gonna go to Cleveland or Columbus, or actually I don't think Columbus is getting totality, right? Like I think they're out just on the outside too. I would have gone somewhere that was having, you know, totality or whatever. Maybe I would have just gone, I know I have a friend that's actually going to, I think she's going to Texas for it. At like 3:20-ish, yeah. That sounds about what, I think Toledo was probably like slightly before that, so like 3:15 or so. So I'm hoping if I give myself like 3 hours, I'll be able to get somewhere. Like it's only like a 45-minute drive on a good day, but of course there'll be a lot of traffic, so. I have balloon hands now from all the blue. But I'm hoping to get somewhere, so. I was just thinking, like, I don't know what I have that I could use for an eclipse spread, but I'm gonna have to find something. Even if I use my, like, circles and, like, you know, do something like that. Do something fun like that. So, I guess I could use my circles and do, like, a big one in yellow and then do, like, a smaller one, like, dark or whatever. Yeah, I hear that Dallas is in the path. Oh, shut up. That would have been cool. If I would have known that, I would have been like, yeah. I think the Final Four, they usually do they do it like the men's? Because the men's, I think they do a Monday night. Because that would be really crazy. But it might be Sunday, knowing how they are with women. So, if I would have known that, that would have been awesome. But yeah, so I would have gone somewhere. I would have loved to do one of those flights that they're doing that are like, they're flying the entire path or whatever. But that doesn't, like, I'm trying to think, like, planes go faster than that, right? Like, how are they staying in the path of totality? I don't know. Anyway. All right. Yeah, dates are, you know, the only reason I know, like, vaguely the dates is because I know my birthday is Tuesday. And then, you know, I know the day of my birthday, so that's the only reason I vaguely know when things are in the next like week and a half. I know that the eclipse is Monday, it's the 8th. But I know, like, I think the men's basketball, I think they do like Saturday and Monday, or they did when I was in college, because my 21st birthday was the year that Ohio State played Florida in the national championship, and like Florida destroyed us. And that was not fun. Thankfully the night before, like when I actually turned, like, you know, at midnight I turned 21, like we had gone out, and then I was like, oh, we'll just go somewhere and watch the basketball game. Everybody like cleared out by halftime. I was like, well, that was anticlimactic. This is why I don't like basketball. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, is it the same weekend though, right? That would make a lot of sense. I was so bummed, like, because I was at Ohio State at that point, and I was like, thankfully, there was a bar that was like just north of campus that if you brought like so many people, they gave you like a $25 bar tab for your birthday, or for your, I don't know if it was 21st or whatever. Anyway, but the bartender was like buying me drinks. Like, I drank so much that night. Thankfully, like, I had that night, because if like that would have been my 21st, like everybody leaving by halftime, I would have been so mad. I just went to like a sports bar. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense then. Saturday, Monday, then the women would definitely be Friday, Sunday, because of course they are. Yeah, it was a lot. All right, I'm gonna get off of here and try to go find something to eat and maybe get to bed early. Yeah, right. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully I will be on tomorrow. If I can think of something cool to do for the eclipse, I'll do that. If not, I still have a lot of pages I need to do on the front, and I want to get those done. I have my Burrow birthday one. I have, my word of the year one. I've already started the quote one. I guess I'm actually like, the biggest ones I still need to do are my memories, my like 3 memories pages. And then I have some free pages I can kind of play around with the rest of the year. But, so yeah, so if I can get on and get actually like, if I can get on tomorrow night and then like Saturday and get everything done, that would be incredible. So that's going to be my goal, I think, to get, on and either like stay on like a long time tomorrow night or just do both nights and both days. Yeah, anyway, hopefully I will come out with a calendar. I'm waiting on a couple things I'm trying to schedule. I'm trying to schedule some like collabs with some shops that I can do like a coordinating like with their kit with their stencils, and like we've done in the past with like Sugar Pop Fizz and Marie Italian Plans. I'm trying to do a couple of those in April, so I'm working on scheduling that. I have a calendar ready to go, but it's like, you know, without having the live scheduled. And then I also am going to be doing, I'll announce this in the group probably tomorrow. It's going to start Sunday, and then I kind of back-ended it over Easter. I know Sunday is Easter. I kind of back-ended it over Easter because I wanted to, I wanted to do Easter because I wanted to do an Easter egg hunt. So we're doing like the Taylor Easter egg hunt again. I'm going to drop some codes on Easter, and those I'm only going to tell you guys in here, and maybe post a story on my Instagram. I'm not going to like tell it to any other groups. And then the 1st through the 3rd, it'll also continue. So it's going to go the 31st through the 3rd, because I wanted it to like encompass my birthday. And, you know, Taylor's got her new album coming out, and like, I've got so much like going on this month. So, there'll be another Easter egg hunt, and it's going to be the same way as they all have been, where like I'll post the graphic in random pictures, and the codes will be anything from like a certain dollar amount off to free shipping to a certain percentage off of everything. But yeah, so that's going to be, it's going to start on Sunday, possibly even Saturday night if I just want to like not have to worry about it on Easter, but, or the codes just won't start until Easter, you know, anyway, but I'll post more about that probably tomorrow or Saturday. But since you guys are here, you can get a heads up about that. So, I will drop more codes after Easter. Like, so just, I know a lot of people have stuff going on Easter, and I have a ton going on, which if it wasn't an Easter egg hunt, I would probably just not do it on Easter, but all right, I'm gonna get off of here before I keep rambling. Good night, everybody. Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate you guys' support all the time. Yeah, anyway, good night.